Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Guzzy and this is Chat with Guzzy. Please, if you're here to subscribe, can you click on the subscription button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. So I'm just going to be basically talking about the aftermath of the eviction show. Yes, everything that went down. But before I talk about that, let's talk about things that were happening outside the house as regards fans and then Chizoba and Ben that were evicted. I saw this of Ben and Chizoba, and you could tell that Chizoba has cried out her eyes. Yes, like she has cried out her eyes, and at least she has Ben. Yes, Ben is like her go to, so at least she has somebody with her throughout this whole media route to just make everything smoother. Also, I told you guys in my last video that Ebuka was being dragged. Yes, they've brought more materials to drag him. Like they went as far as going to Onyeka's page, and apparently Oibuka's wife had liked a post on Onyeka's page. Yes, and they had said, I mean, his wife is a fan of Onyeka, so he's just doing the wife's bidding. It's clear that he wanted to shake up Kassia and all with Victoria just for the sake of Onyeka. And for me, I don't feel it's that deep. Yes, I really don't feel it's that deep. I just felt like Ebuka was doing his job. He won't be doing his wife's bidding in a show like this. Like, now in wife they pay him money, abi na the show. It has to be something that the organizers of the show have agreed for. Like he cannot just come up with something now because his wife is a fan of somebody. I don't even feel her being a fan of someone would even decide how he does his job. I mean, he's being paid for this. I don't think he will allow any family thing to just come in between that. Well, let's move from that and go into the house. So TJ and Ozzy were having a conversation, and that conversation, they were just basically talking about how Onyeka feels vindicated. Yes, how she feels like with the whole revelation thing, like the questions asked, yes, she feels like, I mean, she has been vindicated. Now, first of all, Ozzy was of the opinion that he's close to the two people, and whatever, he wasn't going to take sides. Yes, he was of the opinion that whoever he goes to, the other person is going to have a problem with it either ways. And they are both his two closest friends in the house. So, I mean, this whole thing is just a lot. He's trying not to get involved in an emotional roller coaster, but here he is. Yes, he was just talking about that, and basically for him, there was no vindication for Onyeka because he's of the view that, I mean, when you point a finger at somebody, four others are being pointed at you. Yes. Now, TJ was trying to explain that, I mean, she was talking about you and Onyeka, feelings and all that. So, what happened today, it is clear that something is there. And for him, he's like, no. First of all, he even answered the question the way he answered it to protect Victoria, knowing that she was drunk and all that, she wasn't herself. So he answered it in the best way he could. Yes. Then, as to Onyeka, he just feels like, nah, she's basically doing too much because, I mean, you point a finger at someone, four others are being pointed at you back. Yes. And for him, he felt like she was the one that started the whole altercation and the rest. Like, I mean, what was the essence of her hitting the table and calling out whoever had said it? She already knew who said it. So, what would have stopped her from going to meet that person to have a proper conversation with the person? But no, she was calling out the person and shouting and all that. So, definitely a fight was going to fall out of it. Yes. And for him, oh, he's of the opinion that Onyeka wasn't vindicated. Plus, even if Victoria likes him or not, even if there are feelings there, like it doesn't necessarily concern her. Well, at some point, Handy had joined that conversation, and Handy was just basically telling him that, I mean, you and Onyeka, you people are close. So, irrespective of anything, you guys will still be G's. You guys will resolve your issues. So, just be chilled and all. Go have a conversation with her when she's calmer because, I mean, there is nobody in the house that is closer to her right now than you are. And for him, he had said that he went to meet Onyeka when, like, to tell her that, I mean, I know that Chizoba's eviction and Ben's eviction hit you, but just know that I'm here for you whenever. However, Onyeka did not really respond to him. And Handy was telling him that, I mean, she's in her feelings. You are her G. So just know how to go about it. Don't worry, you guys will be fine. Moving on from this, Nelly really cried. Yeah, she cried after the whole eviction thing. She was not the only one that cried. Tofa also cried, and Suj cried. Yes, they really, really cried. Now, the squad, when I'm saying the squad, I mean Anita, Tofa, Nelly, and Suj had a conversation. In fact, had various conversations. And basically, they were not cool with the whole revelation of Wani saying that Sean respects her and all that, unlike the other relationships. Yes. And they were just talking. And for Anita was of the view that she was going to have a conversation with Wani. And for Nelly, I mean, it's obvious that Wani wishes to be them. Yes, she wishes to be treated the way their men treat them. And for her, she does not feel like Anita needs to have a conversation with Wani about it. Yes, for her, it doesn't just make sense what they are doing. And for her, there's no need for explanation or conversation. Yes, because for her, she feels like what's going to be happening is beating around the bush. And then at the end of the day, she will say sorry. And she honestly doesn't mean the sorry. So, I mean, there's no need. What has already been said, and that's her opinion. So there is no need talking about it. Later again, we saw Anita and Nelly having a conversation, and Nelly was just basically telling her that by Monday, stray bullets will be hitting us. Yes, and for Anita, Anita was talking about she does not get why the conversation happened in the first place. She needs to know where that conversation came from. Yes, and for Nelly, Nelly is like nothing shocks her anymore. I mean, she does not care. Yes, however, she's not going to grant any conversation about anything whatsoever. However, whatever agreement or whatever they talk about, that is Anita and Wani, she should let her know what the outcome was. Yes, that for her, she just feels like these are the things that Wani wants her guy to be doing for her. So for her to be hearing that they are making such comparison is just something that is silly. Yes, and for her too, with the whole Kassia thing with Onyeka, she was like, that was not what Kassia had told her. That Kassia had told her that that was what Onyeka said. She did not say it was a feeling, and now she's hearing on Sunday that it's feeling. The whole thing is just funny. And then Anita had told her that, oh, it's like Sundays when we'll be getting information. And Ellie was like, yes, so because all these things is nonsense. Everybody is doing fake friendships and the rest. Anita did go ahead to have a conversation with Wani, and basically, for that conversation, Wani had told her that, I mean, it's not in my place to tell you what had happened, but then again, things happened in like week two and all, but it's not in my place to tell you. Yes. However, after that whole speed date thing, during the speed date, Tofa couldn't stop talking about you, and that was when I knew that yes, he really did like you a lot. Yes, so just forget about that whole talk. It was just me trying to explain a scenario. Yes, trying to paint a picture. It was nothing more than that. And she had asked Anita, are we cool now? If we are not cool, let me know. And Anita had said, all fine and good, they were cool. Now, Anita had gone ahead to relate their conversation to the squad, yes, to Nelly, Such, and Tofa. And Anita was just basically telling them that, I mean, she had said it's not in her place to say that something had happened in week two and it's not in her place to say. And that she had told her that, okay, if it's not in your place to say, whose place is it to say? Because Tofa will obviously not talk, Sud will obviously not talk. So whose place is it and all that. For the others that were in the conversation, they couldn't get why she came up with all that, and they felt like that whole conversation no pure. Yes, and they felt like they now brought up that whole bomb thing of them talking about Nelly's bomb with Sean, and Sean relating it to his girl and then bringing it up again and all. And Nelly was talking about how if you're a person in the first place, you will not have a conversation about her. Yes, let alone trying to apologize for the conversation. And that when Sean had come to her, he was not even trying to apologize. He was talking that Suj was the one that spoke about it and all that. That for her, it was not even surprising and all that because Suj had told her about the conversation. What was surprising for her was him not trying to apologize but using Suj as a cover up for everything. Yes, and they were now talking about how the first time it was that they brought up something that happened in week 1. Yes, a conversation that happened in week 1. Now they're bringing up something that has happened in week 2. And Anita was like, oh, let's start thinking of something that happened in week 3 so that we won't be surprised. And Nelly was like, I beg that whatever wants to happen should happen. She is not surprised anymore. Yes. And for Tofa is like he's going to have a conversation with Sean. Yes, because all these talks and all that is not making sense. He needs to let him know, come, you don't talk to your guys and then relate whatever information you got with a girl. You don't do that. And Nelly was like that. She does not even ask them that when they do their guys talk, she does not ask them what they talk about and all because that's how it's meant to be. You're not meant to be relating those kind of talk to your partner. Well, Nelly had said something and she was like, that babe, like referring to Wani. If I tell her all the things that that boy, referring to Sean, have said about her, do you think they will be talking? They won't even be talking. And I'm like, Nelly, I beg, what are the things that Sean has told you about Wani? See, person don't bite you 2 times now. Why are you playing it too safe? I feel like Nelly is playing too safe. Yes, it's she basically in her group has a loud mouth, talk, but then she's not confronting who she's meant to confront. Yes, because I mean, why are you doing if I tell that girl all the things that Sean have said about her? Why not say it? Why not go to her and say, come, you feel your relationship is perfect? Well, it's not. Look at the things he has said to me about you. Look at them, look at them, look at them. Now, get my name, my relationship, and all out of your mouth. But no, Nelly is not doing that. Nelly only has mouth behind and cannot confront the situation. And for me, it's very disappointing to watch. Before both couples went to bed, yes, we saw them basically playing around, being nasty and the rest, just playing and all, with Anita giving Tofa tasks to do so he can sleep on her bed, and with Nelly being all seductive with Suge, grinding on him. At some point, you see her position. Yes, she was doing that. At some point, she rose her legs to his shoulders and all. I mean, according to them, they were playing and it was seductive and all. Lest I forget, Tofa and Anita were having a conversation, and in that conversation, they were talking about resetting people's brains to factory setting. Yes, that they are going to be showing people who is boss. According to them, no more playing around. Yes, they're not going to be playing around. They're not going to be doing any of those things. Yes. And they were talking about Wani, and they were saying that I don't know that Wani is not the only one. There's Handy. Handy is a sweet person. And oh, why is it that it's always Wani that is being called that to say what she has said about somebody and all that? Must she always talk? And for Anita, Anita was like, I mean, that when she had spoken to Wani, she understood that Wani was trying to analyze her own situation. However, she should have done that without putting them out there. Yes. And for her, she's like, I mean, there are people that she like and all that, but there are people that are not just her people. And for Tofa is like, no more games. Yes, he's not doing any games anymore. He fucks with Handy, but not with Wani, because I mean, why must Wani always talk about people's business? Yes, she's not like her sister, and that he will reduce the play drastically. And Anita agreed with him, telling him that yes, he should. Yes, so basically, from the way it is happening, from the way they are talking, I see or I foresee these 4 people nominating Wani tomorrow. And it's funny that if you look at it, it seems like Wani and Handy's plan is working, yes, because they have both agreed that Handy will be under the radar of the housemates, yes, so that she can go as far as possible and if possible get to the finals with Wani, her sister. And when it's time for the finals, their fans and all can then vote for one person, which at some point, Handy had said she will campaign for Wani. Yes, because either ways, both of them, if one gets the money, both of them ends up sharing the money. I'm like, if this is going this way, that means Handy's strategies to stay under the radar is working or at least seem to be working. Now let's move from that. Let's talk about the couple. Yes, Kassia and Kelly Ray. Now, Kassia had spoken with Kelly Ray and she was talking about how she feels like she should have a conversation with Onyeka. And Kelly Ray was telling her that no, she should not try it, that everybody have their strategies, so she should not make it a big deal. And she was like, she did not make the thing a big deal and all that. That for her, she didn't want the conversation to go that way. That funny enough, the conversation of the strategy and all, she was having it with him. And that was when he was telling her that, yes, I remember that conversation. I was trying to tell you during the live show that you were not the one that made that statement. I was the one. And she was like, no, I also did make that statement and all that. And she was talking about how even when she had a conversation with Nelly had told her that, I mean, she now understands because how did she and that's how did Onyeka and Wani quarrel and then almost immediately they are settling and all that. Yes. And for the wifey, she was like, it's just a conversation. She's just having that feeling. And Kelly Ray was like, if you don't have balls, to start it, then like if you don't have balls to keep it up, then don't start it. I mean, if it's nominations you're afraid of, we've been nominated since we got into the game. And for Cassia, she was of the opinion that, I mean, she's not afraid of fights. But then again, if she must fight, she should be on the right side. Yes. And for Kelly Ray was like, she should leave it. That I mean, it should be based on what she said was based off of what Onyeka has said to her. So she feels like she should just free it and all that. If they want to settle, they can settle during reunion. I'm like, reunion, long, long. However, if her mind is telling her the opposite, then she should go ahead and do what her mind is telling her. We then saw Cassia speaking with Handy, talking about this whole thing and all. Now, before Cassia had this conversation with Handy, we saw Handy having a conversation with Onyeka. And Handy was just basically relating a conversation that waiting be her name, Cassia had brought to her, saying that she had told her, or she and her sister had told her, Onyeka, that she, Cassia, had a child or something like that. And Onyeka was like, she does not know why she's doing this. That I mean, she's making it look like it's a big gossip and all that. That she only asked if she had a child because it was a misconception. When they had said, when Wani and her sister had said someone had a child, she mistook it for Cassia and she had even hailed Cassia and all that. She did not know that it was Ruthie. She didn't know they were talking about Ruthie. So she had even asked her that, you have a good body, your stature and all for someone that has had a child. So she doesn't even know why she would put it that way. And Handy was like, fine, I heard that and I'm here to talk to you about it. But it's cool if that's not what you meant. And Unika was like, you see, that's why I'm not cool with her and Victoria, as in she brought in Victoria. It's like that's why she's not cool with them because she knows that I mean they gossip a lot and all. And then Handy was like that she just came to clear up that matter, but that it's fine. And Onika was talking about how she didn't know it was Ruthie as at that time that had a child, and that was why she met her. But now she's not making it look like a deep gossip and all that. That for her she just feels like, I mean, she's a vile human being, yes, and that she's working overtime. That's Kasha is working overtime and all that, but her God is working overtime and dragging them down. Look at the whole questioning thing with Ebuka. Now, After that, that was when Handy had a conversation with Kassia, and Handy had basically told Kassia that, after hearing what you said, that I said about the whole baby thing, I had gone to meet Onyeka, and Onyeka had cleared that up, saying it was a misunderstanding, that she didn't mean it that way, and all that. And Kassia had asked how was Onyeka doing, and she was like, Onyeka was pretty upset, but it's fine now and all. And Cassia had stated how she wanted to approach Onyeka to apologize to Onyeka. And Handia said yes, that she can go have a conversation and talk about it with Onyeka. And then Kassia goes to meet Onyeka. Everybody were downstairs and all that. Only Onyeka was upstairs. And Kassia apologized to Onyeka, yes. And for her, she was talking about the reason why she had said what she said and all that. She got pissed because of how Onyeka had brought up the whole thing and all. Yes, and she knew that Nelly had told her that she was the one that said it. So if Onyeka had just come to her, nothing like that argument would have happened. Yes. And for Onyeka was like, because she had asked Onyeka, are we cool and all? And Onyeka was like, once I've said what is in my mind is done. Yes, not going back there and all that. I need a quiet moment. Yes, I would like she was now talking about how she likes that everybody is downstairs and she's upstairs. Yes, that's she has not had a quiet moment in the house, so she would love that. Yes. And basically, if you ask me, that was Onyeka collecting the apology and bouncing Cassia. Yes. Basically telling her I want to be alone. And Cassia left. When Cassia left, Cassia went back to Handy, who had asked her what's up, and she had told Handy that I had spoken to her and she had said fine, but that she wants to have a quiet time and all. Now, moving from that, Nelly had spoken to Onyeka, telling her, only one person will win, and that they all will have that moment when they have to say goodbye to someone they like, someone that is their partner, and all. That Onyeka should cry if she needs to cry. However, she knows that that was her sister, that was her blood, and all that, but that she should feel good by tomorrow. Yes, dust it off and focus on the bag because she knows that she is rooting for her. That's her sister Chizoba is rooting for her. Yes, and that when Chizoba was here, they were fighting all the time, and now that she's gone, she's here crying that Onyeka should focus on the bag. Now, I forgot to tell you guys, Handy had also told Onyeka, I'm here for you. I know you're sad. I'm here for you. If you need a friend to talk to, if you need someone to talk to, I am here for you anytime. Just call me. TJ and Cassia were having a conversation. Kelly Ray was there, but he wasn't really talking. Yes, it was just TJ and Cassia that were having the conversation. And TJ was talking about how, because Cassia had asked her, do you think I'm right for apologizing? And TJ had explained how dynamics change in the house and all that. And he has said, knowing Onyeka, she would come to Miss Cassia. And Cassia was saying how she does not think that Onyeka would do that because Onyeka is not cool with her friend Victoria. And TJ was like, she's not cool with Ozzy either. Her sister has been evicted. So, things change. Yes. And then they had moved on to other things. Cassia was telling Kelly Ray that, TJ had said that people will vote for us or people are voting for us because we speak pidgin. And TJ had said, no, that's not what I meant. What I'm saying is you people are relatable, so people will definitely vote for you guys. Now, we saw Victoria, Cassia, and Kelly Ray having a conversation, and Victoria was talking about how she did not think Chizoba would go. Yes, because she feels like her sister is strong. And for Cassia is like, if the viewers like you, they like you, nothing like that. And for Kelly Ray was saying how he was thinking that they will be affected because they were a former duo and they were up together. Later, we had seen only Victoria and Cassia having a conversation where they were talking about how they are not faking anything. And Victoria was pretty much feeling bad, yes, about the whole bad highlights and all that. And for her, she was talking about how at least she has given people something to talk about. They should enjoy the entertainment. However, this week she's going to put in all her energy into tax. So we saw the Mbadwe twins. Yes, they had discovered a starch of someone. Yes, apparently someone hid Indomie and all. So they had brought it out, and then Handy was there, and Handy was even shocked and all. And then they had decided to cook it for all of them to eat. And Handy had called her sister, Wani, and Sean. Now, while they were doing all that cooking and all that, Wani, all of them, they were having a conversation and they were talking about how Ebuka puts you in the spotlight and how you just get confused and all. And for Wani, Wani is like, I'm not a coward. See what I see with my full chest. So when I'm being called to talk about it, I talk about it because I know what I was talking about at that point in time. So there's no need for me to be fidgeting or anything like that. And then Kassia was talking about how she wants to explain everything how it happened because this whole talk we're being put on the spot and all is something else. Lastly, on this video, we saw Sean and Wani having a conversation, and ha, if you ask me what they were talking about, I shall know that they were talking about their relationship and how no pressure, they are going to leave it till they get outside the house before they can label it. They are going to watch how it goes, maybe till December and all that before they can know they are labeling and all that. They are not trying to apply pressure to anything or anyone like that. And Wani was talking about how for her this whole thing is real time, yes, how her emotions are involved and all. And I'm like, I beg, the two of you, I feel like at this point two of you are playing your game. Yes, two of you just want to use each other for the sake of this game, because I mean the both of you know that you people are ASAS, so you people in your heart of hearts know that you people cannot work in the first place. So if you ask me, I'll say every other thing is secondary. So no need delaying on that. Both of them have not defined their relationship till now. Yes, they are exclusive to each other in the house. So when they get outside, they will know what the outside has for them. Lastly, on this video, the housemates had a toast. Yes, they had a toast, and they were basically toasting to the ex-housemates, yes, especially Ben and Chizoba. Yes, I mean, these two evictions actually shook the house, yes, and the housemates were rather in their feelings. Yes, remember, this is the first individual nominations. Well, let me know about what you think about everything I've said in the comment section below. I love you all. Please do not forget to like this video. Yes, click the thumbs up button. Please do not forget to subscribe. I beg, help my ministry. Thank you very much. Please share this video and comment. I love you all. Bye, guys.